Good ones, 2-2, with both of these teams needing a win to move on. Let's check in with our building blocks and Nomar Garcia-Parra, who's joining us for the first time at this Little League World Series.
There's one thing that all these kids are going to have to get used to it, especially when they made it here to the Little League World Series, and I'm sure for their future, and that's signing an autograph. And the key to that is the sweet spot of the ball. The sweet spot of that ball is right here on the center. That's what they call a sweet spot. And we go over there, and we just sign our name right across it. And the one thing about an autograph, you don't have to read it, you just have to recognize it.
Our building blocks brought to you by Kellogg's, and Nomar Garcia-Parra signing a glove for a Little Leaguer today. The sweet spot on the ball. One strikeout as we go to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Jonathan Martinez has walked one and struck out 6. And that will be swung on and missed. He's just dominated here in this game. Puga has reached on an error and scored. 2 runs in the third inning for Mexico. Cervantes picking up an RBI base hit. And a roller down to third. Nice glove play, Cordova. Throw it wild. Runner will stay at first.
We have so much ability in this game that the kids try things that are so hard. And a wrong foot throw from third with a wet ball on wet grass, rubber spikes. It was a great effort. And I'll tell you what, dry grass, maybe metal spikes someday. He's going to make that play. He's got all the moves. That was a great effort.
So the leadoff man is on in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Game tied at 2. Error charged.
Ball.
Now you're Mexico here. You're just trying to get one at least. Give yourself a lead going to the top half of the sixth inning, which could be the final inning of the ball game. Eduardo Mata right where he wants to be. He's their primary hitter, cleanup batter, single and a strikeout. And that pitch is in there for a strike to it.
I don't know what part of that play was an error for me at the Little League level. To assume that a routine play on a wrong foot is that's a tough error. He made a great play for a Little Leaguer, really exceptional.
They get inside. Well, for Mexico, if you want to have somebody up there who might deliver, he's the one. 5 for 8. Home run, grounded to short, bounces off Valentin 1. Watched him the other day play, and it is really a treat because there is so much that's natural about the way Valentin plays at short.
His dad, Jose Valentin, who now goes by Tony Valentin, 16 years in the big leagues, and he has all the actions. Used to go with his dad to the ballpark and is very comfortable in the big league atmosphere, and he picked up a lot of moves and was transferred a lot of talent through that family tree.
Jonathan Martinez, the pitcher, has battled through the tough part of this lineup when they've had scoring chances. See if he can do it again. A runner on at first and one away now as Mata changes places on the fielder's choice. Verlosa has struck out and drawn a walk in the game. And will foul that one off, and that's where Martinez has effectively pitched him, staying inside on this power hitter. The job he's done on the mound. Little League is the world's largest organized youth sports program. More than 2.5 million kids, 50 states, 80 other countries. If you'd like to learn how to start up a program of Little League baseball, softball, go to littleleague.org. 1-1 delivery and a grounder that's going to go into right field off the pitcher's glove. That will be a base hit. And it might have been playable at second base by Escobar had it not been knocked away.
One of the things that when there's a man on first, sometimes there's pinching up the middle, a little shade to the right, but possibly, yeah, for sure the second baseman would have had that ball, a little flip to Valentin to the shortstop, would have been a hit. Deflects off the glove, and now a lot of things are happening here. First and second, 1 out. Pitch counts now at 80. The pitcher that has really been dominating. Mexico rallying here in the bottom of the fifth. You've only got 3 outs to catch them if they get a run.
That will bring the manager out, and we're going to see the pitching change made right here. So this is not a required change, but a decision that he wants to have somebody else on the mound with Cervantes coming up. So Mexico here in the 5th inning at 2-2 has runners on at first and second base and 1 away.
As Gary said, this is not something that had to be done at the 80 pitch limit. That was at 85. This is a strategic pitching change by Mr. Valentin. Tony Valentin, grandpa to the other Valentins and Rodriguez's. But here you see the pitch counts: 85 maximum, 66 plus 4 days rest, 51 plus 3 days rest, and all the way down. We've seen a lot of the skippers try and keep their pitchers under 20, so you have no days rest, especially when they have a big lead. They'll go through their whole staff hoping to win the game and keep their rotation and bullpens intact. But an outstanding job by Mr. Martinez here today. Very dominant, but at this point, go over there to first base and let's hand it over to Mr. Sandoval now.
Sandoval comes on to do the pitching as he warms up. Let's take a moment here for our Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Teamwork Play of the Game. It came about an hour ago out of necessity as the rain moved in and came hard. And again, the volunteers who work here in Williamsport out to get the tarp rolled out and put on the field and got it done in time to keep most of the rain off, and then had to come up with the drying agent on to get the field playable again. Great teamwork. That's allowed us to get this one going again. The grounds crew here, the volunteers, their seats are a bit obstructed.
Yep, there they are.
Just leaned out a little bit. These two starters dominating performances.
Yeah, you look at the performances, the strikeouts are up, the pitch counts are down for that many strikeouts and that many innings at Little League. And remember, there's been 8 errors committed in this game, so they haven't gotten an awful lot of help. So they've been solid, especially in a big game, an elimination game.
Mata will go back into the dugout. He's the lead runner, was the lead runner at second base, and we will get our special pinch runner with what could be the go-ahead run of the game. And that's going to move him up. Off the end of the glove, it now will put 2 in scoring position for Mexico.
Well, coming in from relief in left field, this is a tough play for Victor Valentin. A little bit wide, could have shifted a little bit to get a little more glove on it, some body out in front of it. He's adjusting the mask right now, but the adrenaline is running through Sandoval's body out there on the mound. Overthrow that first pitch, and that really sets up second and third. 1 out here for Mexico.
Sandoval has worked an inning here in the Little League World Series. He walked 1 and struck out 2, gave up no hits. And a strike on the outside corner, second and third with 1 down.
Remember, in Little League, you can't lead off, so you don't have to play the infield completely in here in a key situation. You can come about halfway. Runner has to stay there until the ball crosses the batter.
Breaking ball is going to miss inside. The special runner is Aaron Juarez, who is down at third base. He came on for Mata. Penelos is the runner at second. Only 1 out. 2-1 delivery. Fastball. Did he go? Catcher wants to ask. They will. No.
Let's take a look, see if he went here. Bat left his shoulder, but I don't think it went very far. It looks like he held up. A lot of body, not much bat.
Victor Valentin, the catcher, asking appropriately. See if he could get a call. There are the 2 runners. 3-1. That's going to get away. Runners will not move up. It is ball 4. That ball was pitched so hard it rebounded halfway back to the plate.
That's what we've seen here in the last few years. Little League has the padding behind home plate. When we get these pitchers that throw close to 70 miles an hour, you get some very fast caroms.
So the bases are loaded with 1 away. The next game to be played down at Volunteer will have Ohio going against Georgia. Because of the weather, the game has been moved to a 7 o'clock start. You'll see that on ESPN2. So that's, you're looking for that game. It's just been moved back, getting the field ready to a 7 o'clock start time rather than 6. Ohio and Georgia. And both those teams are also 1-0, going in a winner's bracket. Oh, now, little inspirational talk given out there, and we'll see if Puerto Rico can work their way out of this jam.
Well, Tony went out to the mound, and through our interpreter, we listened in. He said, throw strikes, and let's get him on a play at the plate.
There you go.
Some encouragement and give him some instructions.
What a time to come off the bench. And that's what's happening here. Jorge Maris is going to get the at-bat. He's got to get to the plate at least once. So he will hit here with the bases loaded, one away. Maris has gone 1 for 3 in the previous 2 games. Bases loaded and 1 out as Mexico tries to go on top. 6 innings is a regulation game. We are in the bottom half of the 5th. The 0-1 delivery to him. Maris thought about it. Again, they want to check. This would be at third base. Did he go? No.
Let's take a look at this one. This time the third base umpire gets a chance to decide, and that was borderline.
A true discretionary call at every level in baseball. The check swing strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Maris waiting. 1-2.
And here you just want to put it in play if you're Team Mexico. Sandoval is looking for a strikeout, that's for sure. Maybe a little even comebacker. Go 1 to 2 to 3 for a double play. Big moment in the ballgame.
12-year-old at the plate. Here's the 1-2 delivery to him, and a ground ball towards second base. Played to the plate and bobbled the run out. A fine decision right there by Escobar and an execution of it to try and get the out at the plate. He had it there in time, but Victor Valentin could not hang on to it, and Mexico's got a 3-2 lead.
What a comeback for Team Mexico. They were down 2-0 at the top of the 3rd. We have the rain delay, and now we get to this. Bases loaded, 1 out. A little bit of a stretch for Victor, but Karam's off his glove, and wow! Yes, Williamsport, we're ahead. Hit the ball hard. Could have been a double play, but no, we're still ahead. Love it.
So Maris comes through, and the bases are still loaded, and there's still only 1 away. Sandoval not happy with the call, gesticulating as he received the ball back on the mound. Mendiolo puts a towering pop-up in the air. The runner's going to tag. This may fall in. It does! A Bermuda Triangle base hit. They got a force play at second. Don't see it. The throw, and they'll get it. They had the runner from first base only halfway down. The single falls in. It'll be an RBI. It will score a run, and then they get the force out at second base.
Oh, when this pop-up leaves the bat, it looks like it's going to be behind second base, but there's a strong breeze. Remember, we've had rain. You're looking up into raindrops. Now you see the center field of how far he had to run over there to right field. And when you're moving a flag the size of this one we have here at Little League, and it is really, the higher up it's going, there's a lot of breeze up there with this weather.
Now they've got a runner halfway. They're trying to get a rundown with a runner at third base, and he's out. They got him before the run crossed the plate, so the strategy of the delayed steal, trying to get a rundown and get a run scored before the final out is recorded, does not work. But Mexico has picked up the lead in this game, and now they are just 3 outs away from picking up a must-win in this elimination game. Mexico, see if they can get it done.
How's this for a pitch?